what is the difference between recurring and the non-recurring cash flows. And then we solved one example to calculate the present worth or the capitalized cost for the case when we have both the recurring and the non-recurring cash flows. That was, I think, the example number 5.6. So again, if you have any question about that example, that particular example, example number 5.6. This one, 5.6. You people can listen to me or not? You people can listen to me? My voice is clear to you?
Yes. Yes, sir. It's clear.
It's clear. Thank you. Thank you. You are with me. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So do you have any question about the previous example? 5.6. If you don't have any question, then we can proceed further. If you want, I can repeat that one again quickly, if you want. Okay,
Yes,
let me.
Sir, I can ask a question.
जी बिल्कुल.
सर इस तरह हमारे पास इधर अगर एनुअल सीरीज है, इधर ही अगर हमारे पास कोई इंटरवल हो, लेट्स से 10 ईयर का इंटरवल है और उसमें हमारे पास ज्योमेट्रिक या अरिथमेटिक है, तो उसको हम उस 10 ईयर इंटरवल में दोबारा से एनुअल सीरीज में कन्वर्ट करके उसकी एनुअल कॉस्ट, वो जो कैपिटल कॉस्ट निकाल सकते हैं या नहीं?
ओके, आई अंडरस्टैंड योर क्वेश्चन. That is, if you have the geometric series, it is repeating after certain period.
Yes, sir. It is repeating. Same geometric series is repeating after 10 years.
Okay. Then it's simple. If it is repeating after a certain period, then simply you have to calculate the equivalent worth in the first life cycle, either in the year 0 or in the year n first. जो आपके पास ज्योमेट्रिक सीरीज होगी, अरिथमेटिक सीरीज होगी ना, उसकी आप इक्विवेलेंट वर्थ कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं either in the year 0 or in the year n. ठीक है? Once we have the equivalent worth of that series, which is repeating in each life cycle, in the year 0 or in the year n, then by using A over F or A over P, you can convert that equivalent single cash flow to the equivalent annual series only for that particular life cycle. ठीक हो गया?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
अगर आपका ज्योमेट्रिक सीरीज है, अरिथमेटिक सीरीज है, प्रोसीजर सेम है. उसको आपने करना है क्या है? Preferably for that for first life cycle normally. For the first life cycle, you will convert that to the equivalent single cash flow value in the year 0 or in the year n. Year n means end of the first life cycle. Okay, you said that is in the year 10. Okay, in that year where the first life cycle ends, you can find out the equivalent worth in that year, and the next step is you can calculate the equivalent annual series by using A over F or A over P. And once we have the equivalent annual series only for one life cycle, that same will be repeated for each life cycle. What does it mean? We will have the annual worth starting from year 1 to infinity. And once we have the annual worth 1 to infinity, we can divide with the interest rate to calculate the capitalized cost. I hope you can understand now.
Yes, sir. It's clear. Thank you.
It's clear now. Thank you. Then we can solve the next problem. Next problem is this one we have already discussed. How can we compare the? Can you see the slides now or not?
Yes, sir. We can see. Yes, sir.
Thank you. अच्छा जी, इसमें था we have to compare the machine 1 with the machine 2. Machine 1 has a life of 3 years, machine 2 has a life of infinity. It's a long life alternative. Again, we cannot compare these two machines when the life is different. We can only compare when we will assume that the life of these two machines is the same. Okay, so here we have used, just for, you can say, academic purpose, we have assumed that these two machines we need for a very longer period. So machine 1 has many life cycles. Machine 2 already, it has very long life. So we calculated the annual worth of the machine 1 only for one life cycle, and we assume that this will be repeated in each life cycle. And then we calculated the capitalized cost of the machine 1 simply by dividing the annual worth through the interest rate. And similarly, we calculated the capitalized cost of machine 2. Again, I'm repeating, we cannot compare the machines or the alternatives when the life is different. We can only compare when we will assume that we need the machine over the same life. So either we have to use the LCM approach or we have to use the study approach. Here we have used the LCM approach. Next example is the practical example. We have two types of bridges, suspension bridge and the truss bridge. Okay, and we have to select among these two bridges which is better. Okay, how many students are online at this moment? 39 students are online. Who can read this the statement of the problem? I just want to take you people along with me. Who can read the statement? Can raise the hand. Any student can read the statement, the problem. Nobody? Then I have to call myself. जी, किसी ने स्पीकर ऑन तो किया है?
सर आपने स्लाइड से साइड पे कर दी।
स्लाइड मैं कर देता हूँ बेटा, मैं आपका रोल नंबर चेक कर रहा था। चलिए, अगर आप करना चाह रहे हैं, आपका क्या रोल नंबर है?
90 सर।
90. And your name please?
मोहम्मद बिलाल।
मोहम्मद
बिलाल सर।
Bilal sir. Bilal, please read the statement.
Two sites are currently under consideration for a bridge to cross a river. The north side, which connects a major state highway with an interstate loop around the city, would elevate much of the local through traffic. The disadvantages of this site are that the bridge would do little to ease local traffic congestion during rush hours, and the bridge would have to stretch from one hill to another to span the widest part of the river.
Okay, thank you.
Below this bridge, therefore, be a suspension bridge.
Okay, continue, please. The north side.
The south side would require a much shorter span, allowing for construction of a truss bridge, but it would require new road construction.
Okay, we have two options. The first option is we may construct the suspension bridge. The site is different. Okay, the location is different. We have to divert in case one is on the north side, the other one is on the south side. One type of bridge is the suspension bridge, other type of the bridge is the truss bridge. So which option is better? So cash flows for these two bridges are given on the next slide. So first option is we may construct the suspension bridge. Bilal, please continue.
The suspension bridge will cost $50 million with annual inspection and maintenance cost of $35,000. In addition, the concrete deck would have to be resurfaced every 10 years at a cost of $1 lakh. The cost of the purchasing right of way is expected to be a $2 billion.
Okay.
Yes,
what
sir.
Kind of cash flows we have here? $50 million. This is the initial cost. What kind of this cash flow is? Is it the recurring or non-recurring? Bilal, you may answer. $50 million initial cost for the construction of the bridge. What kind of cost is? This is the recurring or non-recurring?
So recurring every 10 years
recurring आएगी sir.
It's the initial cost. It is the initial cost. First time you can say this is the initial investment which is required for the construction of the bridge. One time cost है ये तो. So one time cost is the recurring or non-recurring? I'm not talking about
जो डॉलर है ना उसकी बात कर रहे हैं.
$50 million. The first one. Others we will discuss later. $50 million. The investment for the construction of the bridge. Is it the recurring or non-recurring? But a simple answer is Non-recurring.
Non-recurring.
You're right. You're right. Then the inspection and the maintenance cost of $35,000. Annual operating and maintenance cost. Annual operating and maintenance cost $35,000. Recurring or non-recurring?
Recurring, sir.
This is recurring. Annual cost है ये, ठीक है ना? हर साल repeat हो रही है. So this is recurring. You're right. And then the cost of resurfacing the deck after every 10 years. After every 10 years. Cost of resurfacing the deck, and this one is $100,000 after every 10 years. What kind of this cost is? Recurring or non-recurring?
Recurring, sir.
This is recurring, but
Recurring.
it is not in the form of the uniform annual cash flow series. This is not the annual cost. This is after every 10 years. So this is the recurring cost. Then cost of purchasing the right of way, which is $2 million. Cost of purchasing the right of way. What is the right of way? Right of way क्या होता है? किसी को idea है? Just yes. Maybe you have studied this one in the surveying or in the engineering drawing or building construction somewhere. Right of way. Have you heard this term? No, but it's not the carriageway. No, it's not the carriageway. It is the land on both sides of the project. अब देखना रोड बनाते हैं आप तो exactly उतनी width तो नहीं होती. You need some space on both sides of the project. Do you understand my point? That is the right of way. The land on both sides of the site or the facility, that is the right of way. So when we have to spend this money, $2 million, and what kind of this cost is? Recurring and non-recurring है. Purchase करनी ना land. You need some space.
Non-recurring, sir.
Non-recurring है, one-time cost है, and what will be the year? Period किस period में होगी ये? This will be in year
Zero.
Year zero.
Zero,
So
sir.
$2 million purchasing the right of way. This is in the year zero. $50 million. The cost for the construction of the bridge, that is in the year zero. $35,000. This is the annual operating cost. And this surfacing of the deck after every 10 years, this is the recurring cash flow. Let's see the cash flow diagram. And please tell me, can you see the cash flow diagram? आपको नजर आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
आ रही है.
Yes, sir, visible.
Thank you. So in the year zero, we have $50 million. That is the cost of the construction of the bridge. Then $2 million is the cost of, this is the cost of purchasing the right of way. And then $35,000 per year. This is the annual operating cost. And $100,000, this is the resurfacing cost after every 10 years. So what was the guidelines for the calculation of the equivalent worth or the capitalized cost when we have both the recurring and the non-recurring cash flow? The first step was, the first guideline is the length of the cash flow diagram should be at least, it should be such that it should have all the non-recurring cash flows and at least 2 cycles of the recurring cash flows. यही था ना? It should have all the non-recurring cash flows. So we have these two non-recurring cash flows, $50 million and $2 million. So we have included that non-recurring cash flow in the length of the cash flow diagram. And then $35,000 per year, it is up to infinity. So look at this one, $100,000 after every 10 years. So we should have at least 2 cycles. We should have at least 2 cycles of the recurring cash flow. So length of the cash flow diagram should be 20 years in this particular case. So you can see $100,000 here, $100,000 here. Okay. Is it clear, the cash flow diagram? Any question about this cash flow diagram? If you're clear about the cash flow diagram, we can calculate the equivalent worth or the capitalized cost for this case in the year zero. Do you have any question? If you don't have any question, let me calculate the capitalized cost for this particular case first. So we have two non-recurring cash flows, and these two non-recurring cash flows, they are already in the year zero. So what is the answer here? This is $52 million, minus $52 million, already in the year zero. If they are not in the year zero, then we can use the factors to find out the equivalent worth in the year zero for the non-recurring cash flows. Then we have $35,000 starting from year 1 to infinity, already in the form of the uniform annual cash flow series. So this is $35,000. Then we have $10,000 after every 10 years. What we have to do for this recurring cash flow, we have to convert this one to the equivalent annual series only for the first cycle. Okay, so this is in the year 10. Respect to the year 0, this is the future worth. We can use our F factor to find out the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 10, only for the first life cycle. 6% is the interest rate. So we have the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 10. Then in the second life cycle, we have the similar cash flow in the year 20. So if we consider this one 0, 1, 2, again, a new life cycle. So if we will convert this $100,000 to the equivalent annual series starting from year 11 to the year 22, year 11 to the year 20, again, we have the same annual worth, then in the third life cycle, then in the fourth life cycle, and so on. So what does it mean? This annual worth, equivalent calculated value of the annual worth, that is available to us starting from year 1 to infinity. So once we have converted all the recurring cash flows to the equivalent annual series, then we can add all the annual worth and then simply divide that total value of the annual worth to the interest rate. We have the capitalized cost of the recurring cash flows. And then simply we can add the capitalized cost of the recurring cash flows and the non-recurring cash flows, and we have the total capitalized cost for this particular case. Okay. Do you have any question about this case? Any question? बात समझ लग गई कि नहीं?
Yes, sir, समझ आ गई।
आपको समझ लग गई है? If you don't have any question, then please answer to my question. We have calculated the equivalent annual series for the recurring cash flow of $100,000 only for the first life cycle. But we have not calculated for this one. This one we have not, we have drawn in the cash flow diagram, but in the calculations we have not used this one. Why? Why not we draw the cash flow diagram having the length equal so that we have only one life cycle? Why at least two life cycle for the recurring cash flows? बात समझ लग रही कि नहीं? क्या कहना चाह रहा हूँ? My question is, length of the cash flow diagram, the guideline is you should have to draw at least two cycles of the recurring cash flow. यानी दो दफा recurring cash flow appear होना चाहिए. लेकिन कैलकुलेशन में तो हम एक का कह रहे हैं. इसकी रीजन क्या है? Anybody can answer the question? पहले मुझे ये बताएं, आपको क्वेश्चन की समझ लगी कि नहीं? Well, you are absolutely right, man. What's your name? Hamza, please type your name. चले मैं लिखता जाता हूँ. Because we have some marks for the class participation, so hopefully everyone will participate in the class. Hamza, your roll number, please. 67. Thank you. You are right, Hamza. If you will draw the cash flow for the recurring cash flow diagram for the recurring cash flow only for one life cycle, then you cannot differentiate between the non-recurring and the recurring cash flow. Just look at the first life cycle. We have $100,000 only once, $50 million to $2 million only once. How can we differentiate by looking at the cash flow diagram. We cannot say that this is a recurring, this is a non-recurring. No, it's very easy. When you have the recurring cash flow 2 times, then we can easily say that $100 million, $100,000 is the recurring cash flow. So if you will draw the cash flow diagram only for one life cycle for the recurring cash flow, then you cannot differentiate between the recurring and the non-recurring cash flow. Hamza is absolutely right. Thank you. And the second case is, we have the second option for the trust bridge. Bilal, please continue. Read it. Bilal, are you with me?
Yes sir. Yes
जी,
yes I am with you sir.
नजर नहीं आ रहा आपको? आ रहा है कि नहीं?
जी सर आ रहा है
Please read it.
The truss bridge, जी sir. The truss bridge
जी.
and approach roads are expected to cost $25 million and have annual maintenance cost of $20,000. The bridge would have to be painted every 3 years at a cost of $40,000. In addition, the bridge would have to be sandblasted every 10 years at a cost of $1,90,000. The cost of purchasing right of way is expected to be $15 million. Compare the alternatives on the basis of their capitalized cost if the interest rate is 6% per year. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Bilal. We have already calculated the capitalized cost for the first alternative, that is the suspension bridge. Now we are going to calculate the capitalized cost for the second case, which is the truss bridge. And for this bridge, the initial cost is $25 million. Initial cost for the construction of the bridge is $25 million. So what kind of this cash flow is? Is it recurring or non-recurring?
Non-recurring, sir.
Non-recurring, you are right. And then annual maintenance cost. Recurring, non-recurring?
Recurring, sir.
This is recurring, you are right. The bridge would have to be painted every 3 years. It should be painted after every 3 years. So recurring or non-recurring? It is repeating after every 3 years. So this is painting of the bridge after every 3 years. This is the recurring. And then we have to sandblast the bridge after every 10 years. Again, this is the recurring. After every 10 years. Sandblasting of the bridge after every 10 years. This is recurring. And then the cost of purchasing the right of way, $15 million. Recurring, non-recurring.
Recurring,
this is non-recurring. One-time cost, this is non-recurring. Okay, thank you. You're with me. Thank you. Okay, before to draw the cash flow diagram, please tell me what should be the length of the cash flow diagram. Length of the cash flow diagram should be such that so that we have all the non-recurring cash flows and at least two cycles of the recurring cash flow. कितनी होनी चाहिए?
20 years.
20 years.
Okay, 20 years. You are right. 20 years because cost of sandblasting the bridge. Sandblasting the bridge is after every 10 years. So at least it should appear 2 times. So 20 years should be the length of the cash flow diagram for the calculation. So here is the cash flow diagram. Hopefully you can see the cash flow diagram. So $25 million, this is the initial cost in the year 0. Can you please tell me, you can see the cash flow diagram or not? Hopefully
yes, sir.
ठीक है, thank you. बात का होता है ना यार, वो आपको नजर नहीं आ रही तो मैं फिर शायद आपको समझ ना लगे सही तरह, इसलिए मैं आपसे बार-बार पूछ रहा हूँ. इसमें ये इश्यूज हैं ओडीएल टीचिंग में, ठीक है. और यानी इंशाल्लाह हम मिलेंगे जल्दी, 1-2 महीने बाद इंशाल्लाह ये कोरोना खत्म हो जाएगा इंशाल्लाह. होप कर रहे हैं. इन द नेक्स्ट
15 को मिलेंगे, 15 को खुल रही है यूनिवर्सिटी है.
15 जुलाई
15 जनवरी सर.
नहीं बेटा इस तरह ना करो. 15
सर अभी कोई कंफर्म नहीं है, अभी कंफर्म नहीं है.
नहीं वो
अभी तो यूनिवर्सिटी खुलेगी पता चलेगा.
तो मैंने चेक किया ना नेट से, और वैसे जो मीडिया से मुझे न्यूज आ रही है, अभी वो जो रेट है ना, इन्फेक्शन रेट, वो डाउन होना शुरू हो गया है. तो होपफुली हमारा अगस्त में हालात काफी बेहतर होंगे. ईद के बाद इंशाल्लाह मिलेंगे हम. Okay, $25 million is the initial cost in the year 0. $15 million is the cost of the purchasing the right of way, and then $40,000 is the cost of painting the bridge. It's after every 3 years. So you can say, you can see here this recurring cash flow with the yellow line, and then we have to sandblast the bridge after every 10 years. So in the year 10, in the year 20. Now we have to calculate the capital cost for the truss bridge, and the calculations are here. I think I can copy it to the Excel sheet so that we can easily understand. Okay. Procedure is the same. For the non-recurring cash flows, we have to calculate the capitalized cost or the present worth by using the factors. Here, both the non-recurring cash flows, they are in the year 0. Simply, we can add these two cash flows, and this is the capitalized cost of the non-recurring cash flows. Then we have the annual operating cost. That this annual operating cost is $20,000 per year. Annual operating cost is $20,000 per year. You can write as it is. And then $40,000. This is the cost for the cost of painting the bridge. For this recurring cash flow, you have to calculate the equivalent annual worth only for one life cycle. So in the first life cycle, this is in the year 3. In the year 3, then this is the future worth with respect to the year 0. We can use A over F factor to calculate the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 3. So A over F, 6% is the interest rate, number of years are 3. So this is the equivalent annual worth starting from year 1 to the year 3. And then why only for one life cycle? Because in the year 6, again, we have the similar cash flow. We can calculate the equivalent annual series for this cash flow starting from year 4 to 6, and then from 7 to 9. It means whatsoever is the annual worth for one life cycle, same is for each life cycle, and this annual worth is starting from year 1 to infinity. Then we have $190,000, the cost of sandblasting the bridge after every 10 years. So again, this is in the year N or in the year 10 for the first life cycle. For the first life cycle, we have to calculate the equivalent annual series only for the first life cycle starting from year 1 to the year 10. Okay, so this is the future worth. We have to use A over F factor. 6% is the interest rate, number of years for the first life cycle, that is equal to 10. So we have calculated the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 10. Then in the year 20, we have the similar cash flow. So we can calculate the equivalent annual series for this cash flow, which is in the year 20, starting from year 11 to the year 20. And then in the third cycle, fourth cycle, and so on. It means we will have again the annual worth starting from year 1 to the infinity. So we can add these 3 annual worth, and then we can divide the total value to the interest rate. So we have the capitalized cost of the recurring cash flows. At the end, we can add the capitalized cost of the recurring and the non-recurring cash flows, and we have the total capitalized cost. So this is the second example, second alternative. And these are the answers. The capitalized cost of the suspension bridge is $52.71 million, and the capitalized cost of the truss bridge is $40.783 million. Which one should be selected? The first one or second one?
Second one.
Second one. Why? Because this is less costly. We have the cost cash flow diagrams. This is the cost cash flow. These are the cost cash flow estimates, because this is a public sector project. We have to construct the facility, and provide a service to the public. So we are expecting the answer would be with the negative sign. So truss bridge is less costly, so we will go with the truss bridge. So truss bridge is selected by using first page is selected. Sorry, we have okay. Okay, if you have any question, no. This is the end of the chapter number 1. Sorry, chapter number 5. The first chapter after the midterm exam. Midterm exam तो आपको हुआ ही नहीं है यार. अभी एग्जाम आपके इकट्ठे होंगे इंशाल्लाह. एग्जाम्स आपके इधर ही होंगे. So if you have any question from this chapter,
सर इसमें हम हमेशा जो है वो एनुअल सीरीज के साथ ही मतलब प्ले कर रहे हैं, मतलब एनुअली हमें कितना प्रॉफिट हो रहा है या कितनी कास्ट आ रही है, लेकिन एक्चुअल में तो ये वेरी भी नहीं कर सकता कि मतलब किसी साल हमारी मेंटेनेंस अगर ज्यादा हो गई है या फिर हमारा प्रॉफिट ज्यादा हो गया है तो हम सिर्फ एनुअल के साथ ही क्यों डील कर रहे हैं इसमें?
आप कह रहे हैं कि no, we have not included the revenues here, but if there are some revenues we can include. उसमें क्या इशू है? रेवेन्यूज भी हो सकते हैं ना, आपका रिपीट कर रहे हो, हर साल आपके पास प्रॉफिट आ रहा हो या हर किसी
सर वो तो ठीक है अगर रेवेन्यू होंगे, लेकिन अगर कास्ट मतलब हमारी वेरी कर रही है अलग अलग से, हम तो इधर सबको एनुअल सीरीज में ही कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं ना एवरेज निकाल के.
नो, अगर आपकी वेरी कर रही है, it's not repeating exactly with the same value, then that is not the recurring cash flow, then that is the non-recurring cash flow. अगर आपकी वेरी कर रही है then it's non-recurring. Non-recurring के लिए if we have some non-recurring cash flow in any period, we can find out the equivalent worth in some other period by using the factor जो आपने पढ़े हैं पहले. उसमें तो कोई इशू नहीं.
सर वो तो ठीक है, सर कैपिटल कास्ट को हमेशा हम एनुअल की फॉर्म में रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. मैं एक्चुअली ये बात करना चाह रहा हूँ.
नहीं, पहले मुझे थोड़ा सा ना पहले मुझे बताएं आप. आपसे क्वेश्चन है मेरा, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द प्रेजेंट वर्थ एंड द कैपिटलाइज्ड कॉस्ट? आपने क्या समझा, डिफरेंस क्या दोनों में?
सर कैपिटलाइज्ड कास्ट और प्रेजेंट वर्थ में तकरीबन सेम ही है, बस इन्फिनिट एनुअल सीरीज या जितनी भी हमारी फ्यूचर में जो कास्ट हो रही है उन सब की प्रेजेंट वर्थ हो जाएगी, वो कैपिटल हो जाएगी.
यानी आपको पता है कि कैपिटलाइज्ड कॉस्ट में प्रेजेंट वर्थ में डिफरेंस क्या है? नो, आई विल आंसर टू योर क्वेश्चन. प्रेजेंट वर्थ इज द इक्विवेलेंट वर्थ इन द ईयर 0, ठीक है ना, ऑफ ऑल द कैश फ्लोज. यही है ना डेफिनेशन. Present worth is the equivalent worth of all the cash flows in the year 0. That is the present worth. And what is the capitalized cost? When we don't have the n value. ठीक है ना? अगर तो life आपकी can use the project or the facility for a longer period. बहुत अरसे तक use कर सकते हैं. Our n value is very large. Large normally किसको कह रहे हैं हम? Definition में हमने कहा था अगर 40-50 years से ज्यादा है, then that is a large value. As n value go on increasing, okay, if you know the exact value of the n, then preferably you should calculate the present worth by using the factors. अगर तो n पता है कितनी मर्जी large है, 150 years है, 200 years है, then you can easily calculate the present worth by using the factors. ठीक है जी? Do you understand? अगर तो n value पता है, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, फैक्टर हमने लगाने, हमने इक्विवेलेंट वर्थ फाइंड आउट करनी. इशू हमें तब आता है when we don't know the n value. If we don't have the n value, then we assume the n value is infinity. ठीक है ना? We can use this project for the infinite period. ठीक है? When we because if we have to use the factors, we need the n value. But if the n value is not given, it's not known to you, then we have simplified the relationship between the present worth and the annual worth, and that relationship was simply we can divide the annual worth to the interest rate. ठीक है ना? एनुअल वर्थ को इंटरेस्ट रेट से डिवाइड करेंगे, आपके पास प्रेजेंट वर्थ आ जाएगी, कैपिटलाइज्ड कॉस्ट आ जाएगी. तो जो आप बात कर रहे हैं ना कि हमें अगर आपकी कैश फ्लो वैल्यू चेंज हो रही है आफ्टर सर्टेन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, उसमें तो इशू कोई नहीं है. सिंपली यू कैन फाइंड आउट द इक्विवेलेंट वर्थ ऑफ ऑल द कैश फ्लोज, all the non-recurring cash flow in the year 0 by using the factors. उस केस में तो n पता होगा. इशू तब होता है जब n पता नहीं है आपको. We don't know the n value. In that case, we have to use the relationship CC is equal to A over I, and that relationship we can only use when we have the equivalent A value. A is starting from year 1 to infinity, or 1 to a very larger period, longer period. ठीक है ना? उसको यूज करने के लिए, उस रिलेशनशिप को यूज करने के लिए, तो आपने जितनी रिकरिंग कैश फ्लोज को उसको आपने इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल सीरीज में कन्वर्ट किया है. अगर आप इक्विवेलेंट, अब देखें ना, अगर आपके पास रिकरिंग है $100,000, प्रीवियस एग्जांपल में देख लेते हैं, $100,000, definitely if it is in the year 10, you can find out the equivalent worth in the year 0. You can find out the equivalent worth in the year 0. If it is in the year 30, you can find out the equivalent worth in the year 0, and so on. But if it is in the year which is not known to you, n की वैल्यू नहीं पता, तमाम की नहीं कर सकते आप, तो हम करते हैं we calculate the equivalent annual series for that recurring cash flow only for one life cycle, and in the second life cycle again we have the same value, in the third life cycle we again have the same value. तो एक के लिए कर लिया, तो इसका मतलब है a is starting from 1 to infinity. If it is a is starting from 1 to infinity, we can use that relationship. We can simply divide with the interest rate, we can calculate the present worth or the capitalized worth. ठीक हो गया जी?
Yes sir, thank you. Okay sir.
Welcome, welcome. What's your name?
Sir Uzair.
Uzair. Uzair, what's your roll number?
Sir 103.
103. The students who are participating in the class, they will get the marks in the participation, because we have some percentage of marks in the class participation. Okay, so I hope other students will also participate in the class. Any student has the question? Any other student?
सर ये जो आपने सस्पेंशन ब्रिज है, इसमें वो एक फार्मूला है, टोटल कैपिटलाइज्ड कॉस्ट माइनस सस्पेंशन ब्रिज। जो टोटल कैपिटलाइज्ड कॉस्ट है वो -52 मिलियन है, और जो सस्पेंशन ब्रिज की है वो -709783 है। अब फार्मूले में माइनस प्लस हो गया है।
बेटा ये दोनों, मेरी बात सुन लें, ये दोनों कॉस्ट है, ये दोनों कॉस्ट है। तो प्रोसीजर ये है, तो आप कह रहे हो ना कैपिटलाइज्ड कॉस्ट, the first one was the capitalized cost of the non-recurring cash flow. ठीक है, second is the capitalized cost of the recurring cash flow. दोनों cost हैं, दोनों both are with the negative sign. So at the end we have to simply add, दोनों को आपने add करना है।
ठीक
नहीं, आपको बात मेरी समझ लगी है कि नहीं?
Yes sir, समझ लगी।
यानी आप दोनों cost हैं with the same sign, तो definitely the answer will be with the negative sign. पॉजिटिव साइन तो है ही नहीं इसमें,
प्लस किया हुआ है उधर, इसलिए
प्लस करना है विद नेगेटिव साइन, ऐड करना है, मैंने प्लस नहीं कहा, ऐड करना है आपने, डेफिनेटली विद द नेगेटिव साइन, बोथ आर विद द नेगेटिव साइन, इनको आपने ऐड कर, ऐड में जब करते हैं तो फिर नेगेटिव साइन वो आंसर नेगेटिव ही आएगा, मल्टीप्लाई में होता है नेगेटिव नेगेटिव प्लस हो जाता है। ठीक है, ओके सर। आपका रोल नंबर क्या है? 74। एंड व्हाट्स योर गुड नेम?
Rakib Manoj.
Rakib. G, any other question? कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है? चलें, if you don't have any question, then I think we can start the next chapter. Next chapter is the annual worth analysis. And this is much easier than the previous one. If you could understand the previous chapter, this is easier, not so difficult. Okay, what are the learning outcomes? You will learn what are the advantages, computational advantages of the annual worth. Here we will learn a new term, that is the capital recovery. Previously we discussed capitalized cost, and now we have another term which is the capital recovery, and then total annual worth. How can we calculate? Because we will add the capital recovery to the annual worth to the annual operating cost, and we will have the total annual worth. And then we will perform the annual worth analysis and the perpetual life. And at the end, we will study how can we calculate the life cycle cost. Okay, what is the annual worth analysis? Whenever you people are the managers or the economists, they are thinking in terms of the worth of their system per period. ठीक है ना, कितनी वर्थ है per period. So worth of the system per year, per month, then you will prefer to use the annual worth analysis instead of the present worth or the future worth analysis. So by using the present worth analysis, we have another advantage because the annual worth for one life cycles and for many life cycles computation. So it has some computational advantage. Situation is whenever the managers, they are thinking in terms of the worth of the system per period, then they prefer to use the annual worth of their system or the asset instead of the present worth or the future worth. And using annual worth, we have some computational advantage, and that is because of the reason we have the same annual worth for different life cycles and for many life cycles and for one life cycle. And what are the approaches to compare the different life alternatives by using the annual worth approach? Approaches are the same. What were the approaches? By using the present worth or the future worth analysis or the different life alternatives. Any student? कौन-कौन सी approaches use की थी to compare the different life alternatives?
LCM और study approach.
एक बंदा study approach and LCM approach, यही थी ना?
Yes sir.
Compare the different life alternatives. We compare the study approach and the LCM approach. Same approaches we will use when we have to use the annual worth analysis. And what are the assumptions when we are using the LCM approach? Assumptions are exactly the same. Same assumptions. We need the alternatives over the LCM of their lives. The cash flows will be repeated exactly in the similar manner. The cash flow values will be the same in each life cycle. These three assumptions we made in case of the present worth or the future worth analysis when we were using the LCM approach for the different life alternatives, and same we are using here for the different life, for comparing the different life alternative by using the annual worth approach. Okay. Then we have some terminologies, and these are the same as we have discussed earlier. Just refresh your knowledge. Initial investment, this is the first cost of the asset. Salvage value, this is the market value at the end of the useful life. Annual operating cost, this is the maintenance cost per year. And then how can we calculate the annual worth of the present worth if the present worth or the future, if the cash flow value in some years in some earlier period or in the year 0 is given or in the year n is given. If the cash flow value in the year 0 is given, we can use A over P factor. If it is given in the year n, we can use A over F factor. So we can convert any single cash flow in the year 0 or in the year n to the equivalent annual series. Now look at this example. Okay, who can read this example? G. Any student who can read this statement, raise the hand, please.
Yes sir. Yes sir. Sir, slide side.
आपका नाम क्या है?
बिलाल.
बिलाल नहीं, कोई और.
यस सर, मैं पढ़ता हूँ.
आपका नाम क्या बेटा?
हाफिज समर.
हाफिज उमर.
समर.
समर. क्या हाल है? आप सब खैरियत से हैं?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह सर.
आप सब रोल नंबर क्या है आपका?
82 सर.
आप सब आपका रोल नंबर 82. दुआ भी किया करें यार हमारे लिए. सबके लिए
आपके लिए भी करनी चाहिए, सबके लिए करनी चाहिए.
सबके लिए दुआ करें.
आपको
अल्लाह ताला हमें. जी बिल्कुल. If you can see the slide, please read the statement.
Okay sir, मैं read करता हूँ.
जी बेटा.
An asset has a first cost of $20,000, an annual operating cost of $8,000, and a salvage value of $5,000. After 3 years, calculate the AW for 1 and 2 life cycles at I is equal to 10%.
Okay, an asset has. Thank you, Hafsab. We have the initial cost is $20,000, and annual operating cost is $8,000. Salvage value is $5,000. Life is 3 years, and we have to calculate the annual worth for this asset for 3 years, for 6 years. Means for one life cycle and for 2 life cycles. Let me show the cash flow diagram to you peoples. This is the open. Okay. Example chapter numbers. Okay. So initial cost is $20,000. Hopefully you can see this cash flow diagram. नजर आ रही है आप लोगों को बेटा? आप सब आपको नजर आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. $20,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. $20,000 is in the year 0, and then $8,000 per year, starting from year 1 to year 3, and then salvage value in the year 3. So we have the cash flow diagram. We can calculate the equivalent annual series of the given cash flow starting from year 1 to 3. $20,000. This is in the year 0. We can calculate the equivalent worth in the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to year 3 by using which factor? A over P factor, because this is in the year 0. And then $8,000 per year starting from year 1 to year 3, already in the form of the uniform annual cash flow series. We can write as it is. And then this is the future worth. $5,000 is the future worth. We can use A over F factor. Again, 10% is the interest rate. We have to calculate it for first life cycle. The number of years, they are equal to 3. So this is the answer. Now we have to draw the cash flow diagram for 2 life cycles. Look at here. This is a cash flow diagram for 2 life cycles. 1 to 3 here, and in the second life cycle, again, we have to buy the similar machine at the end of the first life cycle. So $20,000 in the second life cycle, this will be the initial cost. $8,000 per year, this will be the annual operating cost. And $5,000 is the salvage value at the end of second life cycle. Okay. So we have to calculate the equivalent annual series. Minus $20,000 in the year 0. We can calculate the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 6. So here number of years, they are equal to 6. A over P, we can use the factor A over P. 10% is the interest rate. Then $8,000 is the annual operating cost starting from year 1 to the year 6. And then we have the 2 single cash flows in the year 3. One is $20,000 at $200,000, and the second one is $5,000. Net cash flow value is $15,000. So can we use A over P factor or A over F factor here? So, Afsab, are you listening to me? आपको आवाज आ रही मेरी? आप सब बोल ही नहीं रहे. Any other student?
सर पहले तो इसको यहाँ फिर फ्यूचर में कन्वर्ट करेंगे, यहाँ प्रेजेंट वर्स में फिर.
बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं आप, बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं. You're right. आप देखिए ये एक्सेल शीट ये आ अच्छा. So we cannot use A over P factor or A over F factor for this single cash flow, which is in the year 3. We can use A over F factor if we have to calculate the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to year 6, and then this single cash flow should be either in the year 0 or in the year N. So we have shifted this one to the year 0 first. Okay? So $15,000 net cash flow value, we can shift it to the year 0 first by using P over F factor. Once it is in the year 0, then we can use A over P factor to find out the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 6. And then we have the single cash flow value in the year 6, that is $5,000. This is a future worth. We can convert it to the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 6 by using this factor. A over F 10%, number of years, they are equal to 6. Any confusion about the calculation?
Sir, 15,000 कैसे ऐसी समझ नहीं.
3000 कैसे है? कौन सा?
15,000.
15,000 कैसे है? In the year 3 we have $20,000 with the negative sign, $5,000 with the positive sign. So it will be your choice. आप जो मर्जी कर सकते हैं. You can find out the equivalent worth of these two cash flows separately to the year 0, and then you can convert them to the equivalent annual series. Another option is we can calculate the net worth here, net worth, because one is with the positive sign, one is, you can simply add because they are in the same period. So minus $20,000 plus $5,000, that is minus $15,000. ठीक हो गया? आपकी मर्जी है यार, दोनों को अलग कर लें, नेट कैश फ्लो ले लें और उसको कर लें, वो ज्यादा इजी है, आपकी कैलकुलेशन ज्यादा हो जाएगी ना. ठीक है जी? एनी कंफ्यूजन? If you don't have any
$20,000 है या $200,000 है?
बेटा ये ना टाइपिंग मिस्टेक है, ये $20,000. ठीक हो गया? थैंक फॉर द,
यस सर.
ये मैं 20 कर देता हूँ. ये थैंक यू फॉर द करेक्शन. क्योंकि जो स्लाइड्स में गिवन है वैल्यू वो तो ठीक है. आई हैव ड्रॉन दिस कैश फ्लो यस्टरडे, देन देयर कैन बी सम मिस्टेक्स इन टाइपिंग. तो 20 को मैंने 2000 लिख दिया, सॉरी. कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है? Another way to calculate the annual worth for the two life cycles is that you can calculate the annual worth for the different life cycles separately. ठीक है जी? इस तरह हमने पहले किया, इस लाइफ साइकिल के लिए अलग कर लें. तो because the cash flows, they are repeating in each life cycle. Whatsoever will be the answer in the first life cycle, same will be the answer in the second life cycle. जिस तरह हम देखेंगे यहाँ 20,000 है, $8,000 per year है, starting from year 1 to year 3, and then $5,000 in the year 3. In the second life cycle, if we name this one 0, 1, 2, 3, again the cash flows are the same. So answer will be the same. So whatsoever is the annual worth for the first life cycle, the same will be the annual worth for the second life cycle, then third life cycle, and so on. तो अगर आप इस तरह कैलकुलेट करेंगे स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम ईयर 1 टू द रिक्वायर्ड पीरियड, जिसका हमने इधर किया 1 to 6 किया, आंसर विल रिमेन द सेम, इट विल नॉट चेंज. यू कैन ट्राई इट. So look at here, annual worth for the one life cycle, annual worth for the two life cycle, the answer is minus $14,532. It is same or different? It is same. If the answer is same, can we say the annual worth for one life cycle and for many life cycles is the same? It's not different. You agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So this is the computational advantage when we will compare the different life alternatives by using the annual worth approach. Okay, that will be more clear to you from the next example. But here we can say the annual worth for one life cycles and for many life cycle is the same. At this moment, 42 students are online. Okay, nice. CR, who is CR? CR,
yes sir.
CR आपका नाम क्या है यार, भूल गया मुझे. अब मैं याद रखूंगा, आप नाम बताएं मुझे अपना.
सर उजैर, मोहम्मद उजैर शफीक.
103.
यस सर 103.
अच्छा, पहले भी आप हैं, ठीक है.
103.
ठीक हो जी, आप हमारे साथ ही हैं. तो उजैर
सर एक रिक्वेस्ट थी.
जी बेटा, जी बेटा.
सर ये सीआर से रिक्वेस्ट कर दें कि जब क्लास स्टार्ट होती है मेन ग्रुप में बता दिया करें, फिर बंदा पता नहीं चलता, लेट हो जाता.
उजैर आपकी बात नहीं मानते
सर. कहाँ हुआ है, तो आप भी एक दफा कर देंगे तो मान जाएंगे.
हम भी रिक्वेस्ट कर लेते हैं उजैर साहब से. उजैर आपसे रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं कि आप क्लास को बता दीजिएगा. नहीं, क्लास मैंने स्केड्यूल तो की होती है, आपको मेल आती है कि नहीं?
वो सबको मेल भी आती है और पता भी होता है और मैं बता भी देता हूँ, लेकिन कभी कभार वो फिर मैं खुद 1-2 मिनट लेट हो जाऊँ या ना याद रहे तो फिर नहीं भी बताया जा सकता, तो इसलिए मैंने इन्हें बोला होता है कि मेल अपनी खुद भी पहले चेक कर लिया करें, मे भी मेरी वजह से कोई और ना लेट हो जाए।
अच्छा, मुझे तो वो फोन पे भी जब मैंने इंस्टॉल की हुई है, मेल बॉक्स है मेरा, तो वहां से भी मैसेज आ जाता है, तो पता
यस
तो
सर,
चल
वो तो इनको भी आता है, लेकिन ये कह रहे हैं कि व्हाट्सएप पे अलग से दोबारा से मैसेज किया करें।
ये आपकी ज्यादा मानते हैं, आप कर दें यार, रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं फिर आप, आपकी ज्यादा मानते हैं
यस
हमारे
सर,
से।
ठीक है, ओके सर।
रिक्वेस्ट ही है सर, हमारी
नहीं
रिक्वेस्ट
नहीं,
ही कर
रिक्वेस्ट
सकते
कर,
हैं।
नहीं हमने भी रिक्वेस्ट कर दी है उजैर साहब से, इंशाल्लाह ये कर देंगे आप, ठीक हो गया।
थैंक यू सर।
यस सर।
वेलकम जी, वेलकम वेलकम। ओके, नेक्स्ट वी हैव the new terminology which is the capital recovery. Capital recovery क्या होता है? Capital recovery, listen and try to understand the definition first. It is the equivalent annual amount that an asset, process, or the system must earn each year to just recover the first cost and at a stated rate of return over its expected life. तो क्या हुआ? Capital recovery is simply the equivalent annual amount or annual worth of the initial investment within the expected life, including the salvage value. मैं इसको थोड़ा सा और सिंप्लीफाई करता हूं कि आपने एक इन्वेस्टमेंट की है, ठीक है जी, तो हर साल आपकी कितना रेवेन्यू जनरेट करेंगे आप with the given interest rate, so that you can recover the investment with the given interest rate. For example, suppose you have invested $100,000. You have invested $100,000 and the expected life of the asset is 10 years. $100,000 आपने इन्वेस्ट किया है, expected life जो सी 10 years है, interest rate is maybe 10%. So how much you should have to generate, how much revenue you should have to generate so that you can recover your investment within the expected life. Anybody can answer the question? Question मेरा ये है, $100,000 हमने इन्वेस्ट किया है, फर्स्ट रेट 10% है, 10 की एक्सपेक्टेड लाइफ है, how much you should have to earn every year so that you can recover your investment within the expected life of the asset?
10,000.
10,000. आपका नाम क्या है, मुझे ये बताओ
सर 10
नहीं, आपका नाम बताओ साथ साथ अपना।
मोइन अवैस।
अवैस साहब, अवैस साहब, अगर हम
मोइन अवैस,
मोइन, अगर हम 10,000 अगर रिकवर करोगे तो दैट विल बी विदाउट कंसीडरिंग द टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ द मनी। $100,000
10% उसका हर साल रिकवर करेंगे।
मैंने मेरा क्वेश्चन पूरा सुन ले, अगर 10,000 आप यू शुड हैव टू कैलकुलेट द एनुअल वर्थ विद 10% इंटरेस्ट रेट। $100,000 आपने इन्वेस्ट कर दिया, $10,000 आप अर्न कर रहे हो हर साल, तो you will generate $10,000. How much will be the total amount at the end of 10 years? If you are generating $10,000 every period, so $10,000 every period for 10 years with the 10% interest rate, that is not equal to $100,000 in the year 0. That can be only equal to $100,000 when the interest rate will be equal to 0. क्या ख्याल है? बात समझ लग रही कि नहीं?
Yes sir.
So we should have to calculate. ठीक है, आपने करना क्या है? We have the initial investment. Simply you can calculate the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 10 over the expected life by using which factor? कौन सा फैक्टर यूज करेंगे? A over P यूज कर लें, A over P यूज करेंगे। हाँ, with the given interest rate you have to calculate the equivalent worth considering the time value of the money. Time value of the money के बगैर नहीं करना आपने। So what is the capital recovery? It is the equivalent annual amount of an asset, process, of the system which can earn the system so that you can just recover the initial cost at the stated rate of return over the expected life. And one thing more, you have to include the salvage value. तो सिंपल वर्ड्स में ये मैं आपको बताता हूँ, कैपिटल रिकवरी क्या होती है? दिस इज सिंपली इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल वर्थ of the initial investment and the salvage value at the stated rate of return over the expected life. आपने इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट को और salvage value को इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल सीरीज में कन्वर्ट कर दें over the expected life, that will be the capital recovery. Do you understand now or not? Any Uzair? Sia?
यस सर।
आपको समझ लगी क्या मैंने कहा आपको?
यस सर।
Can you repeat please? करना क्या है?
सर उसके सर हम पहले उसको टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ मनी के हिसाब से इस तरह भी कर सकते हैं कि फ्यूचर वर्थ में कैलकुलेट करके उसकी अलग से एनुअल सीरीज बना लें, या फिर प्रेजेंट से ही टाइम वैल्यू के हिसाब से एनुअल सीरीज बना लें।
बेटा कैलकुलेशंस आपकी जिस तरह मर्जी कर लें, इस कैलकुलेशंस की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं हम। हमने करना क्या है, सिंपली हमने जो आपका इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट होगी और सॉलिड वैल्यू होगी उसको कन्वर्ट करना है इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल सीरीज में, ठीक है, और द एक्सपेक्टेड लाइफ विद द फॉर द स्टेटेड रेट ऑफ रिटर्न, दैट इज द कैपिटल रिकवरी। तो सिंपल वर्ड्स में ये बता सकता हूं आपको कि दिस इज द इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल वर्थ of the initial investment and the salvage value over the expected life with the stated rate of return. यानी आपकी प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट की और सॉलिड वैल्यू की जो इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल वर्थ है, दैट इज द कैपिटल रिकवरी। यानी जो आपने इन्वेस्ट किया है, हाउ मच यू शुड हैव टू अर्न एवरी मंथ सो दैट यू कैन रिकवर योर इन्वेस्टमेंट विद द डेफिनेटली विद द गिवन रेट ऑफ रिटर्न, विद द स्टेटेड रेट ऑफ रिटर्न ओवर द एक्सपेक्टेड लाइफ। ठीक है जी। So itna this amount you should have to earn every year at least to recover your investment. Okay, recover your initial investment. Then another term we have, which is the annual worth of the annual operating cost. How can we calculate the total annual worth? Total annual worth will be equal to capital recovery plus the annual worth of the annual operating cost. तो कैपिटल रिकवरी क्या है? दिस इज द इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल वर्थ ऑफ द इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड द सॉलिड वैल्यू, उसको आपने कैलकुलेट कर लिया, दिस इज द इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल वर्थ, एंड देन यू कैन ऐड दैट इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल वर्थ टू द एनुअल ऑपरेटिंग कॉस्ट, वी हैव द टोटल एनुअल वर्थ। ओके, what are the guidelines for the selection of the alternatives by using the annual worth analysis? Guidelines are exactly the same as we have used for the present worth analysis or the future worth analysis. वो गाइडलाइंस है क्या? If we have only one alternative, the annual worth should be greater than zero. Definitely, greater than zero can be only when we have the revenue cash flow estimates. If it is greater than zero, then the stated rate of return or mark is met, and we can select the alternative. That will be economically justified. If we have for all the alternatives, and we can select the alternative having the larger numerical value, which is less negative and more positive. And what does it mean? It indicates a lower annual worth of cost for the cost alternative and larger annual worth of net cash flows for the revenue alternatives. If it is the revenue alternatives, answer should be positive. If it is the cost cash flow estimate, cost alternative, then the answer will be negative. So we can select the alternative whose value is numerically larger. So selection criteria is exactly the same. So look at here, this example. Who can read this example? We have two alternatives, machine X, machine Y.
Yes sir.
नाम बताएं अपना पहले बेटा।
मोहम्मद उमर फारूक।
उमर आपका रोल नंबर क्या है?
87।
जी बेटा।
सही है। सिलेक्शन जो क्राइटेरिया ये दोबारा बता दें इजी वर्डिंग में।
इजी वर्ड्स में ये है कि सिलेक्शन, इफ वी हैव द म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव ऑल्टरनेटिव्स, ठीक है ना, म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव ऑल्टरनेटिव्स, उस केस में आपने क्या करना है, द म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव ऑल्टरनेटिव्स, इफ देयर इज ओनली वन ऑल्टरनेटिव, इन केस ऑफ म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव one option, करना क्या है, simply calculate the annual worth at MAR. If the annual worth at MAR is greater than zero, then that alternative is economically justified. ठीक है। अगर 2 से ज्यादा है, 2 से ज्यादा है, 2 ऑप्शंस होंगे आपके पास। या तो आपके पास होगा कॉस्ट कैश फ्लो एस्टिमेट्स होंगे या रेवेन्यू कैश फ्लो एस्टिमेट्स होंगे। अगर तो कॉस्ट कैश फ्लो एस्टिमेट है तो वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग द आंसर विल बी नेगेटिव फॉर ऑल द अल्टरनेटिव्स। आंसर नेगेटिव होगा ना, so we will select the alternative which is less costly. ठीक है, आंसर लेस नेगेटिव होगा। and if they are the revenue cash flow estimate, we are expecting that we can generate more revenues. So in that case, the answers will be positive, and that alternative will be selected for which we have the larger value of the annual worth, जिसकी annual worth की value larger होगी। So both cases में the annual we will select the alternative whose annual worth is numerically larger, means for the post cash flow estimates is less negative, for revenue cash flow estimates is more positive. ठीक हो गया जी? चलो
ठीक है।
Umar, if you can see, please read this statement.
An asset has first cost of $20,000, an annual operating cost of $8,000, and salvage value of $5,000 after 3 years. Calculate the annual worth for 1 and 2 life cycles at interest rate of 10%.
उमर ये तो हमने कर लिया है मेरे ख्याल में। सॉरी।
Yes sir.
हाँ सॉरी, ये नहीं ये मैं पीछे जा रहा हूँ। ये हमने कर ली एग्जाम्पल। सॉरी, this was the example. Please read this one.
A company is considering 2 machines. Machine X has first cost of $30,000, AOC of $18,000, and S of $7,000 after 4 years. Machine Y will cost $50,000 with an AOC of $16,000 and S of $9,000 after 6 years. Which machine should the company select at an interest rate of 12% per year?
अच्छा उमर, आपने ये पढ़ा है AOC, ये क्या होता है? AOC
annual cost,
annual operating cost, you are right. And S, guess कर लो बेटा। This is a salvage value, ठीक है? Initial cost given है, annual operating cost given है, और salvage value given है। What is the life of the first machine? That is 4 years, ठीक है जी? For the second machine, initial cost is $50,000, annual operating cost is $16,000, and the salvage value is $9,000, and the life is 6 years. What is the LCM of 4 and 6? Umar, 4 और 6 का LCM क्या होता है?
6.
Any other student?
12 sir.
12. You're right. The LCM of 4 and 6 is 12. So what does it mean? The first machine will have how many life cycles? If its own life is 4 years, how many life cycles the first machine will have?
3.
3 life cycles. So first machine will have 3 life cycles, and second machine
2
life cycles.
2 life cycles.
So I am again repeating that when you are using the annual worth approach, you have to use the same assumptions as we made for the present worth or the future worth alternative. I'm again repeating it that we cannot compare the different life alternatives. Now please check it. I have drawn the cash flow diagram for these two cases. I have drawn the cash flow diagram for the first machine only for 4 years, cash flow diagrams for the second machine for 6 years. It means I am comparing the different life alternatives. Do you agree with me or not? By using the annual worth analysis, we are comparing the different life alternatives. क्या ख्याल है? Any student? यार सवाल पूछा करें, गलत है सही है पार्टिसिपेट किया करें, इसमें कोई इशू नहीं है। पूछेंगे, डिस्कस करेंगे तो आपको ज्यादा क्लियर होगा। ओके, रोल नंबर 56 जी बेटा, आर यू ऑनलाइन? Roll number 56.
Yes, sir.
What's
Yes,
your
sir.
name? What's your name?
Maliha Rasool.
Maliha, you understand my question?
Yes, sir.
My question is,
No, sir.
we are comparing here the different life alternatives. Do you agree with me or not?
Yes, sir.
Beta, isko hum
Sir, we
compare.
cannot.
We are not. Are we comparing
No,
the different
sir,
life
हम इसको
alternatives?
compare नहीं कर सकते.
We
No,
cannot
sir,
compare.
इसको
You are
compare नहीं कर
absolutely
सकते.
right. Maliha, you are right. We are not comparing the different life alternatives, but we have the computational advantage when we are using the annual worth analysis. Although the LCM of the first option, first alternative, and the second alternative is 12 years. So if we will use the present worth analysis or the future worth analysis, in that case, we should have to draw the cash flow diagram for the two cases over the 12 years. उस केस में अगर प्रेजेंट वर्थ यूज कर रहे हैं या फ्यूचर वर्थ यूज कर रहे हैं, the length of these two, the cash flow diagram for the two cases should be equal to 12 years. But when we are using the annual worth analysis, then instead to draw the cash flow diagram over the LCM of their lives, we can draw the cash flow diagram only for one life cycle. It does not mean that we are comparing the different life alternatives. The reason is that the annual worth of the alternatives over one life and over many lives is the same. अगर आप 12 साल के लिए करेंगे, 3 लाइफ साइकिल के लिए करेंगे, आंसर तो सेम आएगा, आंसर तो डिफरेंट नहीं आएगा. इसी तरह अगर सेकंड ऑल्टरनेटिव के लिए if you will calculate over 12 years over the LCM of their lives, answer will be the same. So we have the computational advantage when we are using the annual worth approach. We can save over time. अगर इसी प्रॉब्लम को आप प्रेजेंट वर्थ से और फ्यूचर वर्थ से, if you will solve the same problem by using the present worth or the future worth, then the length of the cash flow diagram should be 12 years for the both cases. But here it can be 4 years or 6 years. So I hope you can understand my point now. What I want to convey. हम कंपेयर नहीं कर रहे, आई एम रिपीटिंग इट अगेन, वी आर नॉट कंपेयरिंग द डिफरेंट लाइफ ऑल्टरनेटिव्स, क्योंकि इनकी एनुअल वर्थ सेम होती है डिफरेंट लाइफ साइकिल्स के लिए. सो व्हेनेवर वी आर यूजिंग द एनुअल वर्थ एनालिसिस, सो वी कैन ड्रॉ द कैश फ्लो डायग्राम ओनली फॉर वन लाइफ साइकिल. ठीक है, लेकिन assumptions हमारी वही है, वी नीड द मशीन्स फॉर 12 years. द कैश फ्लोज आर रिपीटेड over the LCM of their lives. The cash flow values are the same over the LCM of their lives. ठीक है ना, वो assumption same है. So we are actually comparing by using the LCM approach. ठीक है जी. So I think remaining is very easy. We have $30,000 in the year 0. We can find out the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 4 by using A over P factor. Then $18,000 is the annual operating cost starting from year 1 to the year 4. You can write as it is. This is salvage value in the year N. We can use A over F factor to calculate the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 4. Then for the second case, $50,000 is the initial cost. We can convert it to the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 6. And then uniform annual cash flow series of the operating cost, $16,000 starting from year 1 to the year 6. And then $9,000 in the year 6. This is a salvage value. We can convert it to the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 6 by using A over F factor. I think the remaining is easy and the remaining is not so difficult. The point which you should keep in mind is we are not comparing the different life alternatives. We cannot compare the different life alternatives, even if we are using the annual worth approach. So when we are using the annual worth approach, we have the computational advantage. We will use the same assumptions, but we will calculate only for its own life, for only one life cycle. So we can save our time, okay? We can save our computational effort. Okay, next example is annual worth of the permanent investment. Can you see this slide? Annual worth of the permanent investment. Who can read the statement?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, इसमें देखिए, slide में देखें kindly. We have two alternatives, alternative C, alternative D. ठीक है जी, दो है. Initial cost is given, annual operating cost is given, salvage value is given, life is given. For the first alternative, the life is 5 years. For the second alternative, the life is infinity. My question is the same again. Can we compare these two alternatives? If the shorter life alternative with the longer life alternative, for the first alternative having the life of only 5 years, with the second alternative having a very, very long life?
No, sir.
नहीं कर सकते. किस तरह कर सकते हैं? What are the options?
सर वही स्टडी अप्रोच या फिर स्टडी अप्रोच इधर लगाएंगे.
You are right.
या फिर हम अज्यूम करेंगे कि ये इन्फिनिटी अवेलेबल है, वो फिर अजम्पशन लगानी पड़ेगी. अदरवाइज स्टडी अप्रोच, स्टडी पीरियड जितना गिवन होगा.
Here it's, I think, more realistic to use the study approach when we are using the short life alternative with the very, very long life alternative. Okay, the realistic approach is to use the study approach, but for the calculation purpose, for the academic purpose, we can compare by using the LCM approach. That is not realistic approach. It is not realistic to assume that the first alternative will be available to us, or we need the first alternative for a very, very long period. Maybe this assumption is valid. हमें चाहिए तो ठीक है. But it's not realistic that the cash flows will repeat exactly in the similar manner in each life cycle. चलो हम इसके भी assume कर लेते हैं. The cash flows are repeating exactly in the similar manner in each life cycle. About the last assumption, the cash flow values are the same in the 3 life cycles. ये realistic नहीं. For a very long period, it is very hard to assume that the cash flow values will remain the same over a very long period, for a very long period. 40-50 साल के लिए, तो आप क्या ख्याल है? 40-50 साल पहले जो प्राइसेस थी डिफरेंट चीजों की, वो सेम है? डिफरेंट है ना उजैर?
यस सर,
डिफरेंट है. मे भी 5-10 साल के लिए तो अज्यूम कर सकते हैं, जिस तरह सऊदी अरब में इसमें इन्फ्लेशन रेट जो है इतना हाई नहीं है. हमारे तो इधर 2 सालों में प्राइसेस तो, हमारे तो 2-3 सालों में प्राइसेस बहुत हाई हो गई.
वैसे एक क्वेश्चन है.
जी बेटा. जी
सर अगर हम पहले ही फॉर एग्जांपल हमें 10 मशीनें चाहिए तो हम एक साथ ही पहले ही 10 खरीद के रख लें तो फिर
चलें, आपने खरीद के तो रख लें, उसको आप चलें, उसको सेव किस तरह करेंगे? उसकी वेयर ईयर होगी. इवन इफ यू आर नॉट यूजिंग सम सिस्टम, उसकी ज्यादा केयर करनी पड़ती है. यू हैव टू स्पेंड सम मनी. मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट है, वो तो आपको हर पीरियड में डिफरेंट होगी. क्या ख्याल है?
यस सर.
कहीं आपने स्टॉक करनी है, उसके भी पैसे आपने देने हैं. तो सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट यू हैव टू थिंक अबाउट दैट. ठीक है, ले तो सकते हैं, छोटी सी चीज है, मे बी छोटी सी मशीन है, उसको ले लें, लेकिन ऑपरेटिंग कॉस्ट तो होगी, मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट तो होगी उसकी, और हर पीरियड में डिफरेंट होगी. So for the shorter periods, for a very maybe 6, 7, 8 year up to 10 years, maybe we can assume that. Or if the inflation rate is not very high, we can use that LCM approach. But in most of the cases when inflation is very high, so preferably you have to use the study approach instead of the LCM approach. अब इस केस में हमने क्या करना है? We are using again the LCM approach. ठीक है, just for the academic purpose. Calculation किस तरह करते हैं? Because in the you will not study here in this course, but later on we can also consider the inflation and the taxes in the valuation process. ठीक है, अभी तो हम इग्नोर कर रहे हैं, इन्फ्लेशन को भी इग्नोर कर रहे हैं, टैक्सेस को भी हम इग्नोर कर रहे हैं, but later on you can incorporate the different factors in the valuation process, in the calculations, in the analysis. Okay. So here, just we are assuming we are doing the simple things. We are making this things very simple, so that we can learn the procedures. Okay, once we have the basic understanding, then we can incorporate the different other factors. We can make the things more realistic. इस तरह हमने LCM approach use किया है. We may consider different cash flow values in the different life cycles. ये भी possible है. ठीक है? We can consider the inflation. So that thing is possible, not so, but here, if we can assume, then for the calculation purpose, for the academic purpose, or if the inflation rate is not very high, in that case, maybe we can use this approach. Okay. इसमें 50,000 is the initial cost, annual operating cost is $20,000, salvage value is $5,000, yeah, life is 5 years. But for the second case, The initial cost is very high, $250,000. $9,000 is the annual operating cost. And look at this value, solid value. This is $75,000. But the life is not given. क्या ख्याल है उज़ैर? इसकी जो solid value है that is $75,000, but in which period? वो given नहीं है. उज़ैर, are you listening to me? उज़ैर online नहीं है मेरे.
Yes sir, I am listening.
तो क्या ख्याल है इसकी जो solid value होगी किस year में होगी? गिवन ही नहीं है किसी पीरियड में बस यानी whenever we will sell, अगर आपको इसको 10 साल बाद सेल कर रहे हो, लाइफ इज इंफिनिटी. मैं आपसे वैसे ही पूछ रहा हूँ, लाइफ इज given life is equal to infinity, if you will sell it in the market after 10 years and after 20 years, what do you expect? You will get the same market value. Its market value will be the same after 10 years, after 20 years, after 30 years.
लग तो यही है.
Different होगी. So if the solid value is not given, यानी कहते हैं जब भी आप इसको सेल आउट करोगे, ठीक है ना, in the problem, but in the actual problems, in the field problems, practical problems, you have to calculate the realistic market value at the different periods, and preferably you have to use those realistic market values in the calculations. तो यहाँ पे हम यूज नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि पीरियड गिवन ही नहीं है. $75,000 यहाँ पे हमें पता ही नहीं है. So look at the cash flow diagrams for this case. Okay, for the first case, initial cost is given. Initial cost is given, that is equal to $50,000. $20,000 is the operating cost or the maintenance cost. $5,000 is the storage value at the end of first life cycle or 5 years. So we will calculate the annual worth only for one life cycle. But if we are using the LCM approach, whatsoever is the annual worth for first life cycle, same will be for the second life cycle, third life cycle, and fourth life cycle. It means we can use this machine for a very longer period. Second alternative is the initial cost is $250,000. This is in the year 0. We can convert it to the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the infinity by using the concept of the capitalized cost. So we can multiply it with the interest rate. Okay? By multiplying with the interest rate, we have the equivalent annual series of this present word starting from 1 to infinity. This operating cost already in the form of the uniform annual cash flow series. Here we have ignored the salvage value. The reason is the salvage value may be in the year n, which is a very large value. Okay? Then you will have the equivalent annual series for that future worth, which is in the year n, and the value of n is very large. In that case, that a value will be very, very small. So we may ignore, but if it would have been given in some year, then we may consider in that case. Anyhow, how we can ignore here, and these are the answers: $32,000, $34,000. Then when we are using the LCM approach, and by using those assumptions, maybe the alternative C is more attractive. It's economically more feasible, but it's not the realistic comparison again. It's not realistic to compare the short life alternative, very short life alternative with the long life alternative. उस case में preferably we should have to use the study approach. LCM approach use ना करें kindly. लेकिन for the calculation purpose it's okay. आपने इसको solve किस तरह करना है उस purpose के लिए okay. Otherwise, we normally don't use this approach. We cannot it's not realistic to compare very short life alternative with very long life alternatives. Is it okay? Any question about this problem? Ji beta. If you have any question, you may raise your hand. Again, I am repeating that you will have some marks for the class participation. Shailesh, next is roll number 92. Are you listening to me? Roll number 92.
Excuse me, sir.
जी बेटा, अपना
सर,
नाम
ये जो
बताएं।
हम
मेरा नाम बताएं बेटा अपना।
सर फरहान खालिद।
Farhan, what's your roll number?
72.
72. So Farhan, what's your question?
सर, ये जब हम इन्फिनिटी टाइम पीरियड इन्फिनिटी होगा तो जब हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं जब लाइफ टाइम एंड हो रहा है तब तक हम कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं, तो साल्वेज वैल्यू तो उसमें ऐड होगी कि नहीं?
सेकंड केस में सॉल्वेज वैल्यू तो गिवन है, लेकिन सॉल्वेज वैल्यू इसकी लाइफ कितनी है वो गिवन नहीं है, ठीक है।
लेकिन सर जब हम कैलकुलेशन कर रहे हैं
एन की वैल्यू आपकी बहुत लार्ज होगी तो मे बी इट्स 100, सपोज 100 ईयर्स के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं।
ओके,
तो उसको आप अगर इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल वर्थ में 100 ईयर्स को कन्वर्ट करेंगे तो वैल्यू बहुत थोड़ी सी होगी। In this example, again, I'm telling you, this is not the realistic approach to compare very short life alternative with the long life alternative. Example में n की value given नहीं है। अगर n की value given होती, then it would be easy for us. ठीक है? आपने practical problems में करना ये है कि आपने you can estimate yourself that what would be the value, what would be the market value of the asset after a certain period, maybe after 10 years, after 20 years, after 30 years. If you know the exact value, market value of the asset, or if you have estimated the market value of the asset, then you can incorporate in the calculations. इस केस में given नहीं है, इसलिए हमने ignore कर दिया. Otherwise, if it is given, if the n value is given, then we can include that salvage value. इसमें given नहीं था, हमारे पास option कोई नहीं थी, इसलिए हमने ignore किया. Do you understand, Farhan?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Farhan? लेकिन again, it's not recommended.
Yes, sir.
ये कैलकुलेशन एकेडमिक पर्पस के लिए तो ठीक है, अगर इस तरह का केस है आपने कैलकुलेशन किस तरह करनी है, बट इसको प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम्स पे इसको नॉर्मली वी डोंट कंपेयर द वेरी स्मॉल लाइफ अल्टरनेटिव विद द वेरी लॉन्ग लाइफ अल्टरनेटिव, ठीक है ना।
ओके,
जो हमने आंसर्स नहीं लेना, वी हैव टू मेक द पॉलिसी डिसीजंस, एंड पॉलिसी डिसीजंस नॉर्मली आर मेड बेस्ड ऑन द फैक्ट्स, ठीक है ना। अगर आप ऐसी assumptions करेंगे जो रियलिस्टिक नहीं है, तो जो आपके डिसीजंस होंगे those will be wrong, ठीक है ना। तो आपने assumptions वही assume चीज वही करनी है जो रियलिस्टिक हो, ठीक है। अगर the assumption आपकी रियलिस्टिक नहीं है, then we cannot use that approach, ठीक है? Here we are just studying the different methods, different approaches, okay। Later on you have to decide yourself that which is more preferable to you, ठीक है, which is more suited to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Please, other students, turn off the mic. If you're not, we have some disturbing sound. Okay, any other question? If you don't have any question, then we can move to the next topic, next problem. Hasib, can you listen to me? Abdul Hafiz, Hasib. हसीब आपको ये नजर आ रहा है, एग्जाम्पल नजर आ रही है, टू ऑल्टरनेटिव, लेकिन आपकी आवाज हमें क्लियर नहीं है, ठीक है। तो मेरे ख्याल में किसी और से रिक्वेस्ट कर लेते हैं, आपके माइक में इशू है, आपके माइक में इशू है। नेक्स्ट इज अहरीम। अहरीम, कैन यू प्लीज लिसन टू मी?
मैं पढ़ दूं सर?
आपका नाम क्या है बेटा?
हाफिज समर।
हाफिज समर नहीं, आपने पहले हो गया आपका। इसके अलावा कोई स्टूडेंट?
सर मैं पढ़ लूं?
आपका नाम क्या बेटा?
मोहम्मद हुबैब एहसान।
उबैद।
उबैब।
उबैद, your roll please.
95.
95. Ubaid. Okay. Can you see this one?
Yes, sir.
That's right. Okay, please read it.
Two alternatives are considered for covering a hockey ground. The first is to plant natural grass and the second is to install astroturf. Interest rate is 10% per year. Assume the field is to last a long time. फिर आगे भी पढ़ना?
जी बेटा, alternatives पढ़े.
Alternative A, natural grass replanting will be required each 10 years at a cost of $10,000. Annual cost for maintenance is $5,000. Equipment must be purchased for $50,000, which will be replaced after 5 years with a salvage value of $5,000. Alternative B, AstroTurf, initial investment of $150,000 and $5,000 per year maintenance costs.
Again, this is a thank you, Obed. Again, this is the practical problem. We have two alternatives, plantation of the natural grass and astroturf. We can lay the astroturf or we can plant the natural grass. And what are the costs for the natural grass? Replanting will be required after every 10 years. यानी आपने plant किया है grass को and you have to replant it after 10 years. What kind of this cost is? $10,000 replantation cost. Recurring है, non-recurring है, Ubaid? Replantation. बेटा replantation हर 10 साल बाद आपने इसको spend करना है.
Yes, sir, recurring है.
Recurring है. पहले आप प्लांट करेंगे, ग्रास प्लांट किया आपने, ग्रास लगाई है और हर 10 साल बाद आपने उसको रीप्लांटेशन करनी है. ठीक है, तो दिस इज रिकरिंग कैश फ्लो. देन द मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट ऑफ $5,000, रिकरिंग नॉन रिकरिंग. नॉन रिकरिंग है मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट बेटा, $5,000 आफ्टर एवरी ईयर. एनुअल ऑपरेटिंग कॉस्ट, एनुअल मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट है. ये कौन सी है? रिकरिंग है. Equipment must be purchased for $50,000, which will be replaced after 5 years. ठीक है ना, हर 5 साल बाद आपने equipment purchase करना है $50,000. ये कौन सी है? रिकरिंग है, नॉन रिकरिंग है? Equipment हर 5 साल बाद परचेज कर रहे हो, रिकरिंग है. और उस इक्विपमेंट की जो salvage value है, that is $5,000. Again, this is recurring. So in this alternative, all the cash flows, they are recurring. Let me, okay, what should be the length of the cash flow diagram? अब बताएं मुझे इधर. What should be the length of the cash flow diagram?
20
Everybody please. जी?
Sir, at least 20 years होनी चाहिए.
20 years at least होनी चाहिए. Reason क्या है कि we should have at least 2 cycles of all the recurring cash flows. So जो आपकी replantation cost है, that is after every 10 years. So we should have to draw this one 2 times. ठीक है? So length of the cash flow diagram should be 20 years. So this is the cash flow diagram. $50,000. This is the cost of the equipment. जब आपने ग्रास लगानी है तो सबसे पहले जीरो में खरीदेंगे ना, परचेज करेंगे इक्विपमेंट ग्रास लगाने के लिए. So first it will be in the year 0, and then $10,000 is the cost of plantation of the grass. It should be in the year 0, okay? And grass will be replanted after every 10 years. So this is in the year 0, and then this is in the year 10. ये क्या है? Replantation will be required after every 10 years. Okay. So we have 2 cycles, right? $10,000 and then $10,000. Actually, here we have the start of the second life cycle. In the year 10, we have the start of the second life cycle. So they have, because in the same year, we have the end of the first life cycle and the start of the second life cycle. So we have this recurring cash flow 2 times already. So if you will draw it only for 10 years, then it's again sufficient because it's appearing $10,000 is appearing 2 times. But preferably, I think you should draw it for 20 years. But even if you will draw it only for 10 years, it will be okay because for the second life cycle, we have $10,000 start and the end of the first life cycle, they are in the same year. लेकिन आप इसको 20 के लिए ड्रॉ कर लें preferably. Okay, then $5,000 is the annual operating cost. Solid value of the machine which you bought in the year 0, that is $5,000. और जो मशीनें आपने 5 years में परचेज की हैं उसकी सॉल्वेज वैल्यू कितनी है? That is again $5,000 in the year 10. And then any other? No. Again, I am repeating, $50,000 is the cost of purchasing the plantation equipment. $10,000 is the cost of planting the grass. $5,000 is the solid value of the equipment after every 5 years, because we have to repurchase. And then this $50,000, this is ये तो आ गया ना equipment की cost of equipment. It's 3 times 1, 2, 3, and then $5,000 is the maintenance cost. Now we have to calculate the equivalent annual series. $5,000. This is no. First is $50,000. $50,000 is the cost of plantation of the grass. नहीं, ये है the cost of purchasing the equipment. $50,000 is the cost of purchasing the equipment. It's after every 5 years. So we can find out the equivalent annual series of this recurring cash flow only for one life cycle. And that life cycle is 5 years. इसको हमने हर 5 साल बाद purchase करना है. So minus $50,000 A over P, because we have the single cash flow value in the year 0, we can convert it to the equivalent annual series only for the first life cycle. That is 1 to 5. Okay, so number of years here, they are equal to 5. Interest rate is 10% and the factor is A over P. $10,000, this is the cost of plantation of the grass. And this is after every 10 years. 0 में plant करेंगे, फिर 10 साल बाद plant करेंगे. So again, this is in the year 0, we have to use A over P factor. 10% is the interest rate, and number of years, they are equal to 10. We have to find out the equivalent annual series of this recurring cash flow only for the first life cycle. And the first life cycle for this recurring cash flow is 10 years. It's not 5 years, it's 10 years. After every 10 years, we have to replant the grass. So number of years are equal to 10. Then $5,000 starting from year 1 to 10. And this is already in the form of the uniform annual cash flow series. And then this is the solid value, $5,000. It's repeating after every 5 years. So this is the future worth with respect to the first life cycle. Here we have to use A over F factor, because for the first life cycle, this is the future worth. We have to convert it to the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 5 only for the first life cycle. So number of years, they are equal to 5. And this is your answer. Any question about this one? Is it clear? जी बेटा.
सर जिस तरह हमने इधर जो ईयर 0 में प्रेजेंट वर्थ है उसको एनुअल सीरीज में कन्वर्ट किया है, तो अगर इधर हमने कैपिटलाइज कॉस्ट के लिए करना हो तो इसे हम 0 में ही रहने दें, जो नेक्स्ट वाली है उनको फ्यूचर कंसीडर करके बैक कर लें तो वो भी हो जाएगा.
उसके नहीं, दिस इज द रिकरिंग कैश फ्लो. इवन इट इज इन द ईयर 0, दिस इज द रिकरिंग कैश फ्लो. For the recurring cash flow, first we have to convert that recurring cash flow to the annual worth only for the first life cycle. And once we have annual worth for the first life cycle, we will assume that annual worth will be the same for each life cycle. It means that will be available to us for from 1 to infinity. And once we have the annual worth 1 to infinity, then listen to me first. Annual worth we can divide the interest rate. So recurring cash flow, we will use this procedure. But if it is the non-recurring cash flow, अगर non-recurring होता, उस केस में आपने इसको सिंपली कैपिटलाइज कॉस्ट के लिए, इस केस में भी कैपिटलाइज कॉस्ट कैलकुलेट करनी है तो आपके एनुअल वर्थ कैलकुलेट करनी पड़ेगी फर्स्ट, बिकॉज़ दिस इज द रिकरिंग. इट्स नॉट
ये ईयर 0 से रिकरिंग स्टार्ट हो रही है ना, तो इसका हम अगर ईयर 0 वाला अलग करके उसे अज्यूम कर ले कि ये नॉन रिकरिंग है और बाकी को रिकरिंग रख ले.
बेटा जो रिकरिंग है उसको हम अज्यूम किस तरह कर सकते हैं कि नॉन रिकरिंग है? इफ सम कैश फ्लो इज रिकरिंग, हाउ कैन वी अज्यूम दैट इज नॉन रिकरिंग? हर 10 साल बाद ये रिपीट हो रहा है, हाउ कैन वी अज्यूम? चलें, इसको आपने नो रिकरिंग अज्यूम कर लिया। जो 10 साल बाद आपने स्पेंड करना है उसको क्या करेंगे फिर? जो 20 साल बाद आपने स्पेंड करना है उसको क्या करेंगे आप? जो 30 साल बाद आपने स्पेंड करना है उसको क्या करेंगे आप?
नहीं सर, वो तो रिपीट होता रहेगा ना जो बाद में हो रहा है।
नहीं, ये कान उल्टा पकड़ने वाली बात है
सर। वो पीछे भी एक क्वेश्चन इसी तरह का था कि हमने प्रेजेंट वर्थ को ना एनुअल में किया, तो उसको मैंने फ्यूचर के हिसाब से भी करके देखा, वो आंसर तो सेम आ रहा था।
सर सेम आता है
पिछले लेक्चर में जो हमने पहले किया था।
यू आर राइट। व्हाट्स योर नेम? आपका नाम क्या बेटा? नाम बता दो, उसमें हर्ज कोई नहीं है। यू विल गेट एक्स्ट्रा मार्क्स फॉर दैट। जी जी, तो क्वेश्चन पूछने में एक्स्ट्रा बात कर रहा हूं। जी जी जी, नाम तो बताओ यार, क्या है? आपको कोई म्यूट तो नहीं कह रहा?
सर उजैर।
आप उजैर बात कर रहे हो?
यस सर।
अच्छा अच्छा, चलिए ठीक है। उजैर आपका नाम तो नोट किया हुआ पहले मैंने। एनीहाउ बेटा, इस तरह है। तो पहले केसेस था ना, वो डिफरेंट थे इसके। इन द प्रीवियस केसेस वी हैड द नॉन रिकरिंग कैश फ्लोज। जब नॉन रिकरिंग कैश फ्लो होगा उसमें आपने प्रेजेंट वर्थ कैलकुलेट करनी है, कैपिटलाइज्ड कॉस्ट कैलकुलेट करनी है, तो फैक्टर यूज करेंगे। किसी भी पीरियड में है तो उसको आप जीरो में कन्वर्ट कर सकते। ये आपका रिकरिंग है। रिकरिंग के लिए आपने क्या करना है, आपने इसको कन्वर्ट करना है एनुअल वर्थ में। वो जीरो में है, एन में है, जहां मर्जी है, उसको आपने कन्वर्ट करना है। यू हैव टू कन्वर्ट दैट टू द इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल सीरीज, एंड देन यू कैन डिवाइड विद द इंटरेस्ट रेट टू कैलकुलेट द प्रेजेंट वर्थ। ठीक है, रिकरिंग को आपने फैक्टर्स नहीं यूज करने। ठीक है, रिकरिंग के लिए आपका मेथड वही है, ए ओवर आई फार्मूला यूज करना है। और ए ओवर आई फार्मूला कब यूज कर सकते हैं? व्हेन यू विल कन्वर्ट दैट रिकरिंग कैश फ्लो टू द इक्विवेलेंट एनुअल सीरीज ओनली फॉर द वन लाइफ साइकिल। और अगर वन के लिए कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि रिकरिंग है, हर लाइफ साइकिल में रिपीट हो रहा है, तो हमारी तो इसमें इसका मतलब हुआ कि वो 1 to infinity अवेलेबल है। If we have the annual worth 1 to infinity, we can divide with the interest rate to calculate the capitalized cost. Okay, so please read it again.
Okay sir.
अगर फिर भी कंफ्यूज होगी, we can discuss it again. अच्छा, ये सेकंड ऑप्शन जी बेटा। जी 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 बिल्कुल। नॉर्मल बताओ अपना बेटा, नॉर्मल बताओ अपना। 67 हमजा पहले भी आपका आया। अच्छा जी हमजा, आप दोबारा रिपीट करें। फर्स्ट लाइफ साइकिल जीरो में हो, मुझे समझ नहीं लगी क्या कहना चाह रहे हो आप। ठीक हो गया, ठीक हो गया। यार इसको भी आपने रिकरिंग कैश फ्लो है ना, जो हर आपकी 5 साल बाद रिपीट हो रही है। तो फर्स्ट लाइफ साइकिल कितना हो गया? 5 साल हो गया इसका। 5 साल है बेटा, जीरो में कैश फ्लो है, लेकिन इट इज रिपीटिंग आफ्टर एवरी 5 years. So we can convert this one to the equivalent annual series starting from year 1 to the year 5. यही किया हुआ है। $50,000 A over P, 10% number of years are 5. ये हर 5 साल बाद रिपीट हो रही है, तो इसका लाइफ साइकिल जो है 5 साल है। We have converted this one to the equivalent annual series for 5 years. वो जहां मर्जी सकती है, एन में भी हो सकती है, जीरो में भी हो सकती है, उसमें क्या है बेटा? इसको हमने ना, ये देखो ना, अगर फर्स्ट लाइफ साइकिल में, बाकी को भूल जाओ, फर्स्ट लाइफ साइकिल में देखेंगे ये जीरो में है, इसको हमने कन्वर्ट करिए 1 to 5। तो पिछले केसेस में वो किसी खास पीरियड के बाद स्टार्ट होता है, इसमें ये जीरो से स्टार्ट हो रहा है। इसमें कंफ्यूजन क्या है? In that cases we had used A over F factor. Now we are using A over P factor. उस लाइफ साइकिल में इसका लाइफ साइकिल जो है ना 50,000 का, that is from 0 to 5 और 1 to 5, 0 to 5 कह लें आप। ठीक है, तो इस लाइफ साइकिल में आपने कन्वर्ट, 5 साल बाद दोबारा रिपीट हो रहा है, फिर 5 to 10 आ जाएगा, फिर रिपीट होगा 10 to 15 आ जाएगा। ठीक है जी, चलिए। The second alternative is AstroTurf. Initial investment is $150,000 and $5,000 per year is the annual operating cost. अब ये सिंपल है, $150,000 is the initial investment. This is a long life alternative. We have to convert this one to the equivalent annual series. So this is actually the capitalized cost. We can multiply it with the interest rate. And we have the equivalent annual series starting from 1 to infinity. So we have to use the concept of the capitalized cost here. We can multiply the present worth with the interest rate, and we have the annual worth per year. Annual operating cost already in the form of a uniform annual cash flow series. We can add these two values and we have the total annual worth. And these are the answer, minus $20,000 per year for the second option. For the first option, it is $18,998 per year. So which should be selected? The first one should be selected because 18,900 and this is 20,000. Any question about this one? If you don't have any question, can we continue? The last topic in today's lecture.
Sir, बहुत time हो गया सर.
थक गए हो?
सर बिल्कुल लेट हो गया,
बहुत ज्यादा हो गया.
2 घंटे पूरे हो गए अब तो.
सर 2 घंटे पूरे हो गए.
पूरे हो गए 2 घंटे. थोड़ी सी गपशप कर लें हम. उसमें तो नहीं थकोगे?
यस सर.
सर
पास हो गई है नहीं यार, अब तो गपशप के मूड में.
यस सर, बहुत लंबा लेक्चर हो गया आज का तो.
अच्छा, तो ये आपकी जो एक्सेल शीट है मैं अपलोड कर दूंगा आपकी, ये जो 5 और 6 दोनों की, यू कैन डाउनलोड टुडे. तो इसके अलावा कोई आपका
पढ़ना शुरू किया है, अब थोड़ा आहिस्ता
नहीं, इसलिए आस्ता मैं अभी आपको असाइनमेंट मैंने नहीं दी. मे बी इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर आई विल.
सर असाइनमेंट
जी बेटा, असाइनमेंट क्या
सर? असाइनमेंट से ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस हो जाती है अगर आप दे देते तो.
नहीं, मैं दूंगा जस्ट मैं वो कह रहे हैं ना लॉकडाउन के बाद अभी वो फ्लो नहीं बना, तो अभी मैं चाह रहा हूँ कि आप थोड़ा सा फ्लो बन जाए आपका. पिछली चीजें आप रिवाइज करें.
हर चीज अपने टाइम पे अच्छी लगती है. असाइनमेंट का टाइम आएगा तो फिर
नहीं असाइनमेंट का टाइम नेक्स्ट वीक में असाइनमेंट का टाइम आ जाएगा, ठीक है ना, परेशान नहीं होना आपने. ओके, इफ यू डोंट हैव एनी क्वेश्चन, कैन वी कंक्लूड टुडेस लेक्चर?
Yes sir, we can conclude.
Okay,
yes,
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes,
and
sir.
see you next time. Stay home, stay safe, please.